What is going on, my beautiful brothers and sisters, fellow radiators of love? My name is Jamal Pope, aka J Phoenix, and this is going to be your daily tarot and astrology reading for Wednesday, Hump Day. I would say it louder, but it's a little late at night me making this. I don't want to wake up my neighbors, but it is Hump Day, Wednesday, July 17th of 2024. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful start to your week. Let's go ahead and hop into the tarot and a little bit of the astrology just so we can see how you can be better prepared to navigate these celestial energies. Well, I got the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups are upright. It's a nice card, very positive about like connecting with someone, connecting with someone. Definitely more on the emotional side too. Of course, this card does bring an element of like romance here too and stuff. But this can be a day, like I said, where we're wanting to connect with someone, help maybe even see eye to eye with someone on a deeper, more intimate level. Doesn't necessarily have to be in a romantic setting, but it's really about connecting here, right? I have that followed by the Eight of Cups in reverse. This is not the first time I've gotten this over the last few days. You know, we got the Eight of Cups here again this week. So there does speak to an inability to still move on from something in the past. These two cards are kind of diametrically opposed. It's kind of interesting that they both come up right here. Starting off with a card where it's wanting to find deeper connection, more intimacy, which intimacy doesn't necessarily equate to sex, but it's more segs. Can you say sex on YouTube anymore? Segs. It doesn't have to equate to that physical intimacy, but it's more about like just into me see. It's more about that emotional connection. Eight of Cups here in reverse. There's an inability to maybe move on. So maybe that is, if you're not really feeling this energy, maybe it's because of this Eight of Cups. Maybe there's something that you're holding on to that you're unable to let go of. Something that is kind of keeping you emotionally stuck in that place. Because emotions, they're water, and it's also water holds memory too. So a lot of times what will happen is that if we are stuck on particular emotions, it's like a time machine. It'll transport us back to that place, and it'll kind of keep us stuck there, which causes an inability for us to move forward. So something like this, if this is the main card of the day, can definitely be possible. It can definitely come up, but if you're still stuck on the past and unwilling to let something go, then you're not really going to be feeling the Two of Cups energy. Now, astrologically, we have the moon that's going to be in Sag for the entire day. It's going to spend the day going from the beginning of Sag up to about 13, 14 degrees of Sag. And, it's going to be making various aspects over to Pluto. It's going to trine Venus, which is a very nice aspect. It's going to trine the North Node and, sextile the South Node. Then it opposes Jupiter. And I think it's, like I said, it starts off with the mostly positive energy, even though Pluto isn't necessarily the easiest planet to deal with. That's going to be like really early in the day, so most people won't really feel that effect. But people will probably more so feel the trine to Venus. And of course, Venus here in Leo is definitely wanting to find more of that connection. It wants to see the shiny things. Venus in Leo is definitely obsessed with the shiny things, right? The shiny relationships. So maybe what this card is really saying is that maybe there's something about this other person or about this situation that maybe isn't as shiny, and maybe that's what the opposition to Jupiter is, because while Jupiter rules Sagittarius and it'd much rather be where the moon is, it's in Gemini, and it's having to deal with the truth, and it's having to deal with facts as opposed to belief. So I think there's this element as the day sort of progresses, it may feel kind of nice and romantic, and it can feel like this sort of energy. But then, as the moon continues throughout Sag and it's starting to get fuller and it's getting ready to enter into that full moon phase here in, 24, 36 hours or so, maybe a little bit longer, it's going to make that opposition to Jupiter. And that is when we're going to be confronted with the facts, and that's going to be when we're confronted with truths, and then maybe uncomfortable truths. This moon in Sagittarius, it usually brings with it a happy-go-lucky kind of energy. Generally, people try to look more on the positive side of things, but I think with this one in particular, especially considering a lot of the events that are happening in the world, energies are definitely supercharged. So it's like this Eight of Cups here is, it's really pointing to something that it's tough for us to let go of, whether it's within maybe a person or ourself, probably mostly ourself. I think that's it's always good to start there, but maybe even within like a person or whatever like that. Maybe there's like it can be as small as like a simple pet peeve of theirs that you just can't get over, or maybe maybe your values don't really match up. I think this is going to come down to you know especially with Venus here in Leo too, which does talk about values. It does talk about sort of the material possessions and stuff like that. Venus in Leo also is very much so concerned with looks. So a lot of people are going to be much more concerned about their looks right now when Venus is here in Leo, and it's going to bring up those sort of things and the importance of those things too. It does trine the North Node in Aries and sextile the South Node in Libra this moon. So, like I said, a lot of positive aspects that this moon is making, but at the same time, it can be seen in some ways as vain. Some of these aspects it can be seen as somewhat surface level, but I think there's obviously, the Two of Cups is still saying that we could find the intimacy here, and that maybe we're not going to always be on the same exact page as another person. Maybe we get as close as we can. As the day progresses, we don't really have a whole lot of other aspects. I mean, we do have some energies that are going to be coming closer together, mind you. We're going to have, of course, that sun that's going to be starting to sextile Uranus by the end of the day. So we do have that aspect, and we do also have Mercury, which will be getting ready to trine Chiron. So we do have some aspects that are kind of closing in. The sun, of course, getting ready to shift into Leo, but we're going to get the full moon right afterwards. So we were literally about 3 days away from a second full moon in Capricorn. And, a lot of the intensity is building here, too. So, final card, though, I do have is the Two of Wands in reverse. So, it's about making a decision, regardless of what the Eight of Cups energy is here to kind of show you as far as like where you may be holding back or what you may be holding on to too much. Two of Wands in reverse saying that to make the decision, they just go for it. And I think the good thing about this is, like I said, we have to trine to that North Node in Aries, right? Which Chiron is with this North Node. And then you have the sextile to the South Node. There's going to be some level of compromise here. I think there's going to be opportunities to see where we can find more balance, where we can find some compromise. Not that you're compromising your integrity and who you are, but realizing that, how can you meet people halfway? How can you meet situations halfway? You're not going to have it exactly the way that you want. But, this is also about, especially the trine of Venus, like finding those beautiful things that we can be appreciative of. Because it's pretty much going to be trining Venus, and then it's going to go right into the trine with the North Node and the sextile to the South Node. So it's like we get those energies back to back, and then we get a few hours before it opposes Jupiter and stuff like that. So take this time to appreciate those things. Take time to just love. I think that's the whole thing. Another great thing with Venus in Leo is that hopefully this trine can help people to just love and believe in love again. I think a lot of people just want to believe in love again, whether it's like romantic or platonic with friends or family and stuff. But the Two of Wands in reverse has been the last card to kind of wrap things up here. It's saying like, yeah, there's going to be some weird things here and there. There's going to be some intricacies. There's going to be some things that we may not necessarily agree with. It's not going to be perfect. But can you get over that? Can you get over the imperfections? Can you get over you not, oh my goodness, you have 100 check boxes and you can't check every single one of them. Well, shit, you could check off over 90 of them. That's good. It's 90%. You know what I mean? So it's like we all have check boxes. If we could check off as many as we can, that's a blessing. You know what I mean? And maybe some days you're able to check off more than others. You know what I mean? But it's not even necessarily about the amount that you're checking off. It's about the quality of it. Some days, maybe you're able to give 30%, and that 30% can make all the difference. Some days, maybe you're filling all of it. You're just on it, you're just going, and it's just, you can give that 90%, you can give that 100%, you can give that 110% and find reserves of energy that you just didn't know that you even had. And then there's some days where, yeah, you're maybe not able to give as much, and that's okay. We can't expect ourselves to be perfect every single day. We can't expect ourselves to be the same every single day. The astrology isn't the same every day, so I don't know why we would expect ourselves to always be able to perform in all areas of our life 100% every single day. It's just not possible. I do have the card of Tantric Journey. I like how this starts with the Two of Cups upright, and then it ends with the Tantric Journey card. So for those of you who are in relationships, might be a good day to have a date or to connect and stuff like that. Even though I didn't say, and even though at the beginning I did say it doesn't have to be physical intimacy, but getting the Tantric Journey card here, you know what I'm saying? So if you're not with anyone, if you are single, stuff like that, I don't know, maybe you have a really good date that goes really well, and then it's like the Eight of Cups energy kind of comes up, and it's like maybe there's that one little thing that may be hard for you to let go about it, and maybe you're persistently thinking about it. Two of Wands in reverse saying, oh, pick a direction. Either you go at them or you don't. Either you go on a second date or you don't go on a second date. You know what I mean? And try not to lament over the decision or whatever it is that you make. But yeah, it seems like it's going to be a pretty interesting day as far as that goes, as the moon continues throughout Sag, and we're building up to this full moon in Capricorn. So that's what I got for you today. I trust this message will assist you on your journey today. And if you found this helpful at all, I'd appreciate it if you like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel here so you can be better prepared to navigate these celestial energies every single day. But y'all take care, stay blessed, have a wonderful hump day, and I'll see you all on the next video. Peace.